Hey, welcome back to another episode of Driving with Steven. This is Steven Quinn. This is my truck, and this is the stuff I talk about. But today I wanted to talk about something that has come up a lot, and that is, why is it that some people seem to succeed while others who follow the same pattern, at least they think they do, tend to fail? And the quick answer is, it's your choice as to which way that goes. The long answer I'm going to give you right now. So I've thought about this a lot because I have a lot of people that I work with personally that will tell me, hey, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that, I can't get my business off the ground. And so I thought, well, let me give you an example of why my wife and I feel like we are succeeding through the failures that we see anyway. So when I started becoming a real estate investor, it was a very difficult path. I had bad credit, I had no money, I had enough to feed my family, I wasn't like completely broke, but we didn't have enough to just go out on vacation, right? We made the bills and that was all we could do. And so I wanted to become a real estate investor, and I'm like, okay, what do I do here? And so as I started learning that I could, invest in different ways, I could use other people's money to do that, I was like, okay, I got this, I'm going to do that. And we went out on this journey to do this. Well, we buy our first house and we use somebody else's money. That's great. We're able to work on it. But while we're waiting, I'm not earning any new money. So now I have this second house that I have to care for, and I have my own personal home to take care of, and my household and bills, and go to work, and somehow get this house fixed up. And so things got hard. Like financially, it was difficult. Even though I had created the money that I needed to do the project, it was still difficult to manage it all. It was a lot to take on. But we started going broke. And by the way, I tell everybody there's a difference between being poor and being broke. Poor is permanent, broke is temporary. So I started running out of money and started falling behind on my personal bills, and decided that, it's okay, I'll take the hit, it's worth it, because I know that once I sell that house, there's a profit to be had. We'll come out the other side better than we were before. And so we just did it and decided that the temporary pain of going broke was worth it, because the other alternative would have been to give up the house and let it fall behind and go back to my job, which was keeping me where I was all along. And I think there's a mentality shift that people need to take on in that situation of, what am I doing personally to get myself ahead? Because if you're not happy with where you are, you need to look and evaluate that situation and say, why am I still where I'm at? Why is it, what is it, going to work 9 to 5 every day? Is it, watching TV at night? Like, what is it in your life that is stopping you from getting what you want and from seeing that success? And you have to go through the pain of change. So the pain for me was a financial pain, but I did it. My credit took a hit, but it was already not that great anyway. And then we made that money. And then we're like, okay, woohoo. And then we went on to the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And there were other times throughout that process that it got tight again, right? I went from having just one house at a time to now I was doing 4 or 5 or even 6 at a time. And that was a lot to manage. And so there was a lot of money flying in all different directions to take care of everything. And I went financially broke again. But I didn't sit there and whine and complain and say, this is terrible. Instead, I said, this is a growing pain. It's worth the pain to come out the other side with a bigger business that can handle what I want for my life in a greater way. And as a result, my wife and I have seen that we've been able to do things that we could never do before, but we had to go through the process to change. So if you want to know why it looks like some people succeed when others don't, doing the same things, it's really a mental shift. It's, are you willing to look at that process and say, this is going to get me ahead, I'm willing to go through the hurt? Or is it, I don't want to get hurt, I don't want things to change, and I want to sit in this comfort zone that I'm used to, and then you fail to the point that you just go back to what you used to do. That's the biggest point I want to make here. So take that for what it's worth. That's my thoughts for today. Get out there, fail some more, succeed, win, do what it takes, but make your life what you want it to be. That's it, guys. See you on the next one.